This event gives you a 10% chance to get a shiny Azurill in Pokemon Go. In this video, I'll go through all the event details, hatching and stardust tips, Azumarill meta relevance, 100% IVs, and much more. But firstly, let's take a look at the event details. Azurill Hatch Day will be taking place on Saturday, September 30th between 2 PM and 5 PM local time. Azurill will be hatching much more frequently from 2km eggs, and it will have increased shiny rates. It's normally around 1 in 10 for these kind of events, so a great time to get shiny Azurill, Marill, and Azumarill. The bonuses for the event will be 2 times hatch candy and stardust, and the event 2km eggs will drop much more frequently from Pokestops. The out to play event will be on at the same time as this event, so the wild spawns will be those that spawn for the out to play event. These wild spawns will be Psyduck, Growlithe, Onix, Eevee, Phoebus, Woobat, Pawmi, and rare spawn Arcanine. If you want to know more about the out to play event, I do have an event tips video currently up on the channel, so I'll link that at the top of the screen and in the description. There will be event themed field research available from Pokestops, which will reward stardust, berries, Pokeballs, and XP. There'll also be a free timed research rewarding a super incubator and XP. Note that this timed research will expire at 5 PM, so make sure you complete it and claim your super incubator before that time. Here are my thoughts and tips for the event. This will be the best chance in Pokemon Go, or probably any Pokemon games, to get a shiny Azurill, Marill, and Azumarill, with the shiny rates being so high. So if you are looking to complete that shiny family, this is the event to do it. Despite Azurill being part of a 2km egg pool, it doesn't really matter because you will hatch Azurill pretty much all the time. The last hatch day was Riolu, and during that event I hatched probably around 30 eggs, and every single one was Riolu, so it's very unlikely that you'll hatch anything but the featured Pokemon. I would, however, recommend trying to hatch eggs that you currently have in your inventory before the event to free up some room for the event eggs. And remember, you can only pick up the event eggs from the start of the event. I would recommend clearing out at least 2 slots, so you've got 1 slot to put event eggs into your infinite incubator, and you've got 1 slot to put event eggs into the super incubator that you get from the timed research. This means you will have to do some walking before the event to try and hatch some of the eggs that you've got in your inventory, and when you're doing this, remember to not spin any Pokestops or open any gifts because they will fill up your egg slots. So it's probably best to try and hatch some of these eggs right before the event so you don't have to go too long without having to use a Pokestop. When it comes to the 2 times hatch stardust bonus, it's pretty good because from 2km eggs you'll get somewhere between 400 and 800 stardust per hatch, and if you're running star pieces at the same time you'll get around 600 and 1200 stardust per hatch. So if you are hatching a batch of 12 of these eggs, you will get around 7200 or 14,400 stardust per batch. So it's not a bad bonus really, but to get the most out of it you will have to have a lot of incubators and hatch a lot of eggs, so keep that in mind. With all of the bonuses and the increased shiny rates, this is definitely the event to be working on your platinum breeder medal. Additionally, if you are purchasing incubators for the event, it's worth checking out bundles on the web store because they generally have better value than those in the in-game shop. For the out to play wild spawns, these are the ones that are worth catching while you're hatching Azurill on the day. Onix will be worth picking up because its evolved form Steelix is a strong Pokemon in Go Battle League, being ranked 10 in the Great League and 2 in the Ultra League. Eevee will be spawning, and some of the evolutions do have some meta relevance. Umbreon is a decent pick for the Great League, being ranked 52. Sylveon is a top 10 fairy type raid attacker and not a bad pick for Master League at rank 91. And lastly, Glaceon is a top 10 ice type raid attacker. So in terms of meta relevancy, how good is Azumarill in Pokemon Go? Well, Azumarill is a decent PvP Pokemon in the Great League, being ranked 42. Its recommended moveset is Bubble, Ice Beam, and Play Rough. And in the Great League, it tends to do well against Pokemon like Sableye, Umbreon, Shadow Gligar, Medicham, and Galarian Stunfisk. So quite a decent Pokemon to have. Its perfect IVs for the Great League are 0, 15, 15, and you will need to power up with XL Candy to get the best out of it. It's worth noting that the 10, 10, 10 IV floor from eggs means that you won't be able to get the PvP IVs from the egg hatch, so you will need to trade to reroll these IVs if you want those PvP IVs. And remember, trading with someone that you have a lower friendship level with will give the best results in terms of getting lower IVs. Trading with best friends will give you a 555 IV floor, Ultra Friends has a 333 IV floor, Great Friend will have 222, and Good Friend will have a 111 IV floor. But if you can't reroll the IVs by trading to get close to the perfect PvP IVs, it just won't be as bulky and it won't perform as well, but with the right moveset it will still do pretty well. So the 100% IV CP value that you want to look out for Azurill from eggs will be 208. With the 1 in 10 shiny chance and the 10, 10, 10 IV floor from eggs, this event will be a decent time to hunt a Shundo. So that's pretty much it for Azurill Hatch Day in Pokemon Go. If you've got any other tips or anything else you want to add, please let me know in the comments. Check out this video on the screen now, and as always, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.